Welcome to One Tired Teacher, episode 225, 5 intriguing genre studies to strengthen reading comprehension in the second grade. So I'm excited to talk today specifically about genres that we can use in our classroom to really motivate and instill a love of learning in our students. Last week, we talked about ways to strengthen reading comprehension. So you can check that out on episode 224. But today we're diving into the genre specifically. Hope you stick around.
Welcome to One Tired Teacher. And even though she may need a nap, this teacher is ready to wake up and speak her truth about the trials and treasures of teaching. Here she is, wide awake. Wait, she's not asleep right now, is she? She is awake, right? Okay. From Trina Debery Teaching and Learning, your host, Trina Debery.
Hey, so before we start the show, hey there, reading enthusiasts and bookworms. Are you ready to embark on an unforgettable reading adventure? Introducing the interactive Read Aloud Lesson Plan Mega Bundle. Get ready to dive into the magical world of reading with this incredible resource. Inside this bundle, you'll find a treasure trove of read aloud lesson plans that will captivate your second grade students and ignite their love for literature. Say goodbye to dull reading sessions and hello to interactive, engaging experiences. Each lesson is carefully crafted to bring stories to life in a way that will leave your students begging for more. But wait, there's more. Alongside the captivating read alouds, you'll discover a variety of interactive activities that foster comprehension, critical thinking, and creativity. From discussions and role-playing to hands-on projects and writing prompts, these activities will make reading an immersive and unforgettable experience. This mega bundle covers a wide range of reading units, ensuring that you have everything you need for a whole year of captivating read-alouds. And the best part, it's all conveniently organized, making it a breeze to find the perfect lesson for any book. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to what fellow educators have to say. These will be dramatic readings, of course. Mr. Rodriguez says, "The interactive Read Aloud Lesson Plans Mega Bundle has transformed my reading sessions. The kids are engaged and excited and their comprehension skills have skyrocketed. It's pure magic." Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. And Miss Parker says, "This bundle is a game changer. The activities are so much fun, and they deepen the students' understanding of the stories. I've never seen my students this enthusiastic about reading before." Oh, Miss Parker. And Miss Davis says, "As a busy teacher, this bundle has saved me so much time and effort. The lesson plans are well structured and easy to follow. I can't imagine teaching without it." Thank you, Miss Davis. So, fellow bookworms, why settle for ordinary read aloud sessions when you can create extraordinary literature experiences? Get your hands on the interactive Read Aloud Lesson Plan Mega Bundle today. Embark on a reading journey like no other. Interactive Read Aloud Lesson Plan Mega Bundle, where reading comes alive in your classroom. Now, let's get on with the show. Okay, so are your second graders struggling to completely comprehend what they read? Are you tired of the same old comprehension questions that elicit only one-word answers? Do you want your students to take reading to the next level and also profoundly fall in love with reading? Keep reading or listening, my friend, for 5 genre studies to pique your students' curiosity and strengthen their reading comprehension skills. Plus, your students will fall deeply in love with literature and informational texts. From mysteries to fairy tales, these genre studies will encourage your students to delve deeper into the text. So buckle up and prepare for a wild ride through the literary world with these 5 intriguing genre studies for young readers. And don't worry, we'll be looking at more than reading comprehension and worksheets. We'll be delving into fascinating books on essential events or using an old faithful favorite book or 2 along the way. All right, so let's look at kind of the overview of the genre of studies in second grade. So, is your second grader ready to take on the world of genre studies? Well, let me tell you, it's not as scary as it sounds. In fact, understanding genres is an excellent way for young learners to expand their reading comprehension and their vocabulary. One of the key components of genre studies in second grade is learning to identify different types of texts. Whether it's a fairy tale or a biography, students can recognize the characteristics that make each genre unique. Not only does this help with comprehension, but it also exposes them to new words and phrases they might not have encountered before. But wait, there's more. Second graders will also learn how authors use language and structure to convey their messages, from descriptive language in poetry to plot twists and mysteries. Students will discover how writers can manipulate their craft for maximum impact. When we look at reading from a writer's perspective, it really helps us to understand what we are doing as writers, and it helps us understand where the story is going as readers. All right, let's look at fiction first. Fiction with character and story elements. First up in the wonderful world of fiction, we're focusing on characters and story elements. This genre is a creative way to teach literature standards while encouraging a deep love of reading. Kids fall in love with characters like Trixie and Henry and Mudge. Reading with expression makes the interactive read aloud time fun and meaningful. The animated expression also helps model strong fluency skills. It's also always really, it's early enough to start honing your storytelling skills. The second grade is the perfect time to do it. Fiction, characters, and story elements is a genre study that will have your little ones crafting their tales in no time. But what's the best way to approach this learning at such a young reading level? The answer lies in small groups. Gather some pals and dive into an exciting world of fun characters. Children can easily understand how characters are developed and plots unfold by breaking down story elements into bite-sized chunks. Reading comprehension becomes a breeze when students can discuss their observations with peers, building confidence along the way. Confidence really is the key. When kids feel like confident readers, they take more risks, they try to understand more, they are willing and able to open up their minds and take in information. It really makes a huge difference. And let's not forget about the fun factor. Fiction, character, and story elements is a creative outlet for kids that encourages them to use their imaginations while learning critical literary concepts. To help you dive into Reading Workshop and start your year with a strong focus on reading comprehension, I'm offering the first unit to describe character, setting, and major events in a story, interactive read aloud, for free. This unit is one of 5 units inside of my bundle, Interactive Read Aloud Lesson Plans, Mega Bundle, Reading Units Aloud or Read Aloud for second grade. This unit focuses on Mo Willems' Trixie character through all 3 Knuffle Bunny books and Cynthia Ryland's characters Henry and Mudge and more. You can grab a copy of this free unit in the show notes. You can also go to trinadeburyteachingandlearning.com/reading unit, all one word, reading unit, and you can grab that as well. So that, and you can buy it on TPT, but I'm giving it to you for free if you are a listener of One Tired Teacher or you are a TDTL listee, which is a person that subscribes to my email list. And those people, you know who you are, and I love you dearly. All right, let's look at nonfiction, analyzing text features and structures. So the second unit in the Interactive Read Aloud Lesson Plan Mega Bundle focuses on nonfiction with a real focus on text features and structures. And this unit can be used with any nonfiction texts. It's time for some nonfiction fun for second graders. In the second unit, we will learn about analyzing text features and structures. Now, don't let those big words scare kids. You will help kids figure out the main idea of a comprehension passage by looking at things like headings, subheadings, pictures, and captions. First up, teach kids about headings. Headings are like mini titles that tell us what the section is about. It gives away so much information. They give us a clue about what to expect in the upcoming paragraphs. And so many times kids skip the headings. I don't even know how this still goes on. Even when I was teaching, when I was in the media specialist and I was doing a remedial group with 4th graders, I swear it happened all the time. I'm like, look at the heading, people. You want to figure out the main idea? It often gives it away. Anyway, next are subheadings, smaller than headings, but still provide crucial information on specific aspects of the discussed topic. So model for kids how to keep their eyes peeled for those little guys, because that will help them keep track of what they're reading. Now, on to pictures and captions. You always want to talk to them about that. This is so helpful. It gives away information. It often has like facts and information in the caption. Oh, so good. If you want to teach this unit, nonfiction with text features, you can grab it on TPT. The best part of using actual nonfiction text rather than an informational reading passage: kids love books. Plus, you can choose a book that is on a higher level and model how to comprehend nonfiction. The good news is there's a great way to use graphic organizers inside of Unit 2, and it will help kids keep track of their thinking after your read alouds. Or you could do it as a shared reading, which is also really helpful for them to have passages or parts of the book. And you are allowed to copy parts of a book when you're using it for an educational purpose. You're not allowed to copy it and make it for sale, obviously, which is one of the reasons why I don't pick a specific book for that nonfiction, and I don't copy an author's work. That would be against copyright. So I would not do that. But anyway, it's a great way for kids to look at the text at the same time and not have to do that up down thing. It's more like right there in front of them. Or if you have like a larger book or you can project text on a screen, that's always helpful as well. Another unit that I love unit that I love to teach, and also it's a fiction unit, it's the genre of mysteries. This helps develop critical thinking skills. Attention, all second grade teachers. Are you looking for a fun and engaging way to develop your students' critical thinking skills? Look no further than the world of mystery fiction. By incorporating short stories and chapter books into your curriculum, you can help young minds develop their problem-solving abilities and strengthen their ability to think critically. Mystery fiction is an excellent genre for developing critical thinking skills because it challenges readers to solve complex puzzles and piece together clues. As students read these stories, they are forced to think outside the box, consider the different perspectives, and make connections between seemingly unrelated pieces of information. This mental exercise strengthens their analytical skills and encourages them to approach problems creatively. One great thing about using mystery fiction in the classroom is that so many fantastic options are available. This is by far one of my favorite genres to teach. Kids love it. I've had classes fall in love with mysteries and then turn everything into a whodunit mystery. It was so fun. I mean, one of the years we did it, we did, a whole study, and I would go over the vocabulary, we do short mysteries, and all of this is included in Unit 3, by the way, making inferences and drawing conclusions with mysteries. It's an interactive read aloud. It's available on TPT. So we did all that, and we were reading a book together. We were reading a Nancy Drew and the Clue, yeah, which is the version that is actually more appropriate for second graders. Like, it's not the old. They've like revamped them, and they're very cute. It's like a club. It's really fun now. Anyway, it's a fun book to read. Kids still love, all the traditional ones, and, Jigsaw Jones is really fun, and Encyclopedia Brown is pretty tricky, but it's fun to do as a read aloud, because then you're getting the whole benefit of the group thinking, which can be really cool. Anyway, so after we'd been doing all this vocabulary work, and we talked about red herrings and all these different things, kids would create a mystery out of everything. It was like a piece of paper in their trash, and they're like, who put this here? Whose is this? And they were blaming it on me. And it was like this, I don't know, it was so fun. It was so fun. And then we'll do a classroom mystery at the end as a conclusion to the unit. And that is actually included in my mega bundles. You get that as a bonus, the classroom mystery, which is so much fun. So fun. All right. So another nonfiction, because you want to keep it pretty balanced as far as fiction and nonfiction. So another nonfiction unit to focus on is making connections to science, which I've talked about so much. So there's lots of information about that. But when we when we're trying to make these connections to science in the classroom, it can be kind of hard sometimes. But as teachers, we want our little learners to expand their knowledge and grow their comprehension skills. But let's face it, science can sometimes be as confusing as a Rubik's Cube. But fear not, because with a few tips and tricks up your sleeve, you'll have your students answering questions about the scientific world like smarty pants in no time. So first, choose nonfiction books that are engaging and relatable to your students. Look for texts that incorporate real-life scenarios or illustrations that they can easily connect with. You can focus on your science standards like life cycles and go from there. That's what I did in Unit 4. I focused on life cycles, and they look at life cycles and also the body. And this makes integrating science into your reading block so much easier. And it's the perfect way to cover multiple subjects. I talk more about that in episode 222, Two Birds, One Stone. So you might want to check that out. Anyway, so that after all, that what kid doesn't love learning about the life cycle of a butterfly or the life cycle of a chicken? Secondly, introduce new vocabulary words related to the topic at hand. So that nonfiction genre study is also super fun when you integrate science. This unit covers follow-up questions, life cycles, life science, and more. All right, so on to 3 more genres. I said 5, but this is really 6, 7. It's really 7 because I did put them together in my fairy tale, folk tales, and fable unit, which is unit 5 inside of the bundle, but you can also get this on its own. But I think that all 3 of these genres are so important. And also it's really helpful to do a compare and contrast between these genres for kids. And I do include that in my fairy tale unit because they can be confusing, especially folk tales and fables. Kids get those confused sometimes. Adults get those confused sometimes. So I think that's an important thing to know. As a second grade teacher, you're probably well aware of the magical powers of fairy tales, folk tales, and fables. These great books are entertaining and teach valuable lessons through their central message. Yes, even little kids can learn something from stories that involve talking animals and magic spells. However, it is important for you to note that these genres are different. Fairy tales usually involve supernatural elements like witches or fairies and often end with happily ever after. Folk tales come from different cultures and have been passed down orally for generations. They may have similar themes as fairy tales, but they are more grounded in reality. Fables use animal characters to teach a moral lesson, like Aesop's famous The Tortoise and the Hare. Introducing your students to these genres, only will open up not only will open up a world of imagination, but learning opportunities as well. I've taken all the guesswork out of this planning and taken these 3 magical genres. You can go ahead and grab them on TPT. There's 6 weeks of lesson plans, and you will have so much to work with. All right, so let's wrap this up. In conclusion, exploring different genres can be a fun and effective way to improve reading comprehension skills in the 2nd grade. Whether diving into a mystery novel or exploring a fantasy world, each genre offers unique abilities or opportunities for young readers to expand their vocabulary, deepen their understanding of plot and character development, and cultivate a love of storytelling. Do you want to save 50% on the entire year by grabbing the bundle? Then you can grab that on TPT. All right, so why not encourage your little ones to pick up a new genre today? Who knows what adventures they might discover between the pages. This one tired teacher is ready for a long nap. Until next time, sweet dreams and sleep tight.